So, I promised I would make another video, and this one I spoke to a couple of people about. So this one is going to be on endorsements for Res War. I tend to make a fair amount of diamonds off of the endorsements that I make in Res War. So once the sign up period is over, that's when you can obviously endorse an alliance, as it says down there, tap the time frame to endorse an alliance. Now, all you've got to do is think of it like betting. It's as simple as that. It is betting diamonds, and your outcome obviously is you want to bet on the winner. So to endorse an alliance, you need to you can do it up to 3 times and a maximum of 1,000 diamonds per time. I think it's the minimum 500, maximum 1,000. And then you win based on the team's prize pool value, if you like. Okay, so in a sec we'll see the two scales, and you'll see that the prize pool with the smallest bar is basically the highest risk. The prize pool with the biggest bar is the lowest risk. So obviously if you bet on the high risk bet, you're going to get more diamonds back if you win. If you bet on the low risk bet, you're going to get less diamonds back, but they're more likely to win in most cases. However, there are exceptions to those rules, and that is what you need to look for when you're endorsing an alliance. So it's not just a simple case of going in and picking the one that you think is gonna win. Have a look into the actual groups that are fighting. So I'll show you what I mean. So you can do one endorsement per time frame, and you can do a maximum of 3. Okay, so you can't obviously endorse your own alliance. That'd be a little bit rough, wouldn't it? Because that's, obviously it's like betting on yourself in the real world. You can't do that. So let's just have a look at the start at the top. Well, I always start at the top anyway. And as you can see here, you've got, if we look at this top match, the blue prize pool there, okay, don't worry about the numbers, ignore that for now, just look at the bar. The blue prize pool basically states that these on the left are going to beat Hop on the right, okay, because their prize pool is less. Now, the way that it works this out is on might, pretty much, okay, so the one with the highest might, it stands to reason in most cases they're likely to win. Okay, so when you go into this screen, you're able to tap on the actual icon of the badge of the actual alliance. So don't tap on the thumbs to the left and right, not yet, unless you want to endorse them, but tap on the icon first. So I look at the left one first, and you can see the might. Holy crap, you can see the might there is 31 billion. Okay, click on Alliance Member, you can have a look through. The R5 is a 567, 194, 390. You want to check out what kind of might you're looking at. There's a player there with nearly 1 billion. There's a player underneath with 2.3 billion, 1 billion, 2.4, 1.1. So they've got some quite high players, another couple there with billions. So the 31 million might is based on 99 out of 100 people as well. So that's spread over the whole alliance, okay? So you want to check the alliance out and just see what the average sort of might is that you're looking at. Now, it stands to reason, again, that a lot of these players with the big might are going to turn up for Res War in a lot of cases, okay? So you come out of that one and you have a look at the other one. So these ones are likely to lose. You can see the might is very similar, 3108, and they've got 317, okay? Now, this Hop is based on 96, so already they're 3 players less, but their might is very similar, okay? So that's what you're kind of looking for. And you want to basically, if you look at the top one as the example, you want to basically try and hedge your bets on the ones with the lower prize pools. The ones that are the smaller are the highest risk, remember. They're the ones that are least likely to win. And you do that by checking out the might. Then you go in and check out the members. So these guys, let's have a look at these guys. 535, 1.3, 219, 1.4, 922. Yeah, they're a bit of a mishmash. 1 billion there. So they have, see, a lot of their might is made up by a lot of average players having medium to sort of high might. Whereas the other group we were looking at a minute ago obviously have a lot of higher players at the top and then lower players, I would imagine, down the bottom. Yeah, you can see hundreds and 200s of R1s and stuff. So they're kind of top heavy. So they are, in this case, likely to win. Okay, so I won't back them. I'll now move down to the second lot and have a look at the second lot. Now, this one's probably going to be a no-go straight away because you can see the tiny blue here and the huge yellow. So let's have a look at the ones on the right first. So they're 20 billion and they're 17. So you already know, really. Don't even bother looking at that one. There's a big difference of 3 billion might, and there's 97 players and 94, so it's not worth it. You're going to get that with some of these that are ridiculous like that. You're going to get an easy sort of look in, see what the might is, and think, actually, that's too much. Let's not bother with that. So let's look at the next one. Now you've got 17 on the left and 13 on the right, and 13 is likely to lose, which is, again, fair enough. So I probably, at the moment, I wouldn't bet on any of those at this moment. Now, that's not to say I won't come back in a minute once I've had a look at some of the other time frames, but at the moment, I won't bet on any of those. Now, you can only bet on the 3 that they've picked. You can't bet on any of these that don't have the thumbs up by. Okay, and as you can look at them, by all means, you can go and have a look at their might and see and all that kind of stuff. But these 3 are, in each time frame, are the only ones you can bet on, basically, and you can only do 1 per time frame and a maximum of 3. Okay, so then you just simply go down the line exactly like that. So now it's the 6 and 7. Then I would look at the same again. 11 billion might, 11 billion might. 279. Look at this guy. Showed big brick boss. He's tiny. He's clearly a farm. 342, 55, 598, 322, 661. That's not bad. That's quite high. A lot of 1s and 2s. Now, a lot of players, or a lot of alliances, if you like, I say a lot, I've seen a few, will stick a lot of their heavy hitters down as R1. Now, I don't know whether they do that on purpose to get a better matchup in Res War if it's based on that. I think Res War is based on overall might anyway, so you will find that some of them take off gear and things to lower their might and try and get a better matchup, but also some of them sneak their bigger players. There was a guy the other day with 2 billion might in an R1 position, and the other guys at the top were on like 300 and 400. So just have a quick scan through all of them. That's 11 billion might based on 80 players. Who was that? That was them, wasn't it? Yeah. And they are 11 based on 86. Very similar. 203, 268, 137, 926, big guy. If he turns up, it's pretty much game over. 310. So there's one dominant player in there. Now he is likely to show. They're pretty much gonna set the time around their biggest player in that instance, I would suggest. So I'll probably avoid that one as well, even though they're very similarly matched. Then you just have a look at the next one, 5.8. 10.4, no point, almost double. 9.8. 407, no point there, so we move on to the next time frame. And it is literally just as simple as this, guys, until you find one that you want to endorse, which we're going to try and find. 3, 2, 4. Some of these matchups are ridiculous at times, so, you know, it's not always possible to have huge bets. Sometimes you've got to lay it on the favourites because they do some stupid matchups. This one looks relatively promising. That difference there it's 3 billion in might, but the prize pool isn't showing that, and I wonder why that is. 79 and 93. So you can see the difference here. These guys might have a chance. 260, 696, 350, 795, 332, 481, 411, 300 there. They're pretty average after that, but if they can get a few of their big hitters in, they might have a chance. And this is where the gamble comes in as well. 13.3 for them there. Was it them? No, it was these down the bottom. And OMG, 16.4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 24, 5, 4, 90, 3, 8, 5, 7, 4, 4. They've got quite a few big hitters at the top, actually, to be fair. Yeah, Yeah, so they're probably going to dominate, to be fair. They're probably no good either. That was 1 till 2. Running out of time slots, so at some point you've just got to kind of cut your losses and then just pick, basically. 13, 17, 13, 16, 96, 100. Sorry if I'm going too fast, guys, but you will get used to it. All I'm doing is checking out the member numbers, the mic size, and then I'm going in to have a look. There are 5s and 829, that's nice. 200s, 100s, very average after that. 310. So, you know, just because there's one big player doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to win, because if the other guys have got 3 or 4 big players and they all turn up, then they can easily keep that player on its toes and rule the map. Who's this? Horseman. So let's have a look at these. See, there's an 805 there that would almost match him. 215, 168, 532. So these guys here have got quite a decent group at the top. I mean, some of these lower ones are a little bit average. Let's just quickly check the bottom, because sometimes, like I say, they sneak some down there. More for the other teams, I think, that are looking at them in the matchup. There's average, yeah, so they're 200s. So they've got 96 players and they've got 100. So this guy's definitely going to go in this 829. But then after that, compared to the other guys, they're pretty thin on the ground. So I'm going to take a punt. And that's what it's about, ultimately. It is about taking a punt. It's about looking for one that you think, I'll have a go. It's like back in a racehorse, same difference. So I'm going to take a punt that if 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 with the 255, 2296. If they all turn up, and this 3217, 8 for the 262, if they go in or you get half of those in, they're going to give that big guy a run for his money. Now, that 800 is likely to go in, this pepper steak. He's likely to go in on his own anyway. So, ultimately, I think they're going to give them a run for their money. So, let's have a go. So, you find the alliance, you hit the thumb. You can see your stake is automatically put in at the minimum 500. Tap on it, you get the little box come up. You can do up to 1,000 maximum. Can't do any more than that. And then you endorse. And that's it. You've got 1,000 endorse. You can't undo it. You can't take it away. Once it's done, your money's down. Okay, so that's it. And it's in. And now you've endorsed an alliance in that time frame. So you have to wait for that match to play out. You don't see the results. You just get an email basically saying you either lost or you won. And whatever diamonds it is that you win, if you win. Basically, if you lose, obviously you lose 1,000. If you win, it's a percentage of whatever their prize pool is. So that's why you want to kind of aim for the ones with the lower end prize pool, if you like, because that's going to give you your biggest return if you can. But you've got to study the form. The same as, horse racing and stuff. Again, you've got to study the form and have a look at who's fighting who. 911, 1 billion there, that boof, another 900, yeah. So that's how you do it. You look at the form and you work out a rough guesstimate as to who's going to give who a fight. These matchups, unfortunately, this time, there's a 1.6 there. Look, yeah, I'm gonna bet on them and hope the 1.6 goes in, because he'll pan that other 1 billion, that 1.1. 900. There's no other real big guys. I reckon that 1.6 might rule the roost in that. So again, I'm going to take a punt on those. See, they're underdogs. They're massive underdogs. So if these guys win, I'm going to get a big return on that, because that blue is small. And that means that the highest risk is obviously in that pot. So that's how you do it. You can do it 3 times, as I say. Unfortunately, the matchups aren't the best this time. I'm not even sure that we all get the same 3 to choose from in each time frame. So these 3 here, for example, the 3 matches that I've got in front of me here may not be the same 3 that you get in this time frame between 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning for me. I don't know what time it'll be for you. It'll be wherever you are. It's the first slot. Because I know for a fact that when I go into Sweet Feeling, he has I'm pretty sure different people. I say I know for a fact. I'm pretty sure I haven't actually physically checked it out, but when I've bet before, it would be unusual for me to choose different people with sweet feeling, if that makes sense. Once I've looked through all of these with Phoenix, I'm likely to obviously go in with sweet feeling and go, well, I'll just pick the same people. And I'm pretty certain that I've had losses and wins differently in the same reservoir basically. So I think that the people may be different that they choose from. There are a lot of matches, so it would make sense that they kind of mix it up a little bit for people and don't give people the same matches. But that is basically how you do it. That's how you endorse. I've got 2 bet in there now. I'll let those ride. I'll probably pick another random one out of these and just take a punt because that's what I'm like. But last reservoir on just one return bet that I won 6,500 diamonds in total, and that includes your stake back. So I made a profit of 5,500 diamonds. That's just on one win. So that instantly covers my 3,000 layout. Anything else after that is a massive bonus. So and usually I probably make between, I would say, probably on average, I reckon I make between 5 and 9,000 back in total. So, sometimes you have a loss. Of course you do. You're going to get the odd, one where you lose 2 and only win one of them and get 2,000 back, and then you've lost 1,000. But overall, that's how you do it. That's endorsement of reservoirs. Think of it as betting. Make sure you do your groundwork, check the forum, and pick a winner. Good luck.